So I think sometimes our plans are just too short. We not thinking about really the future. We thinking about right now gratification instead of delayed. So I think right now we just got to focus on what's important to us. And a lot of people, for one, don't know what that is. So, but they got to take some self-accountability, even with our own selves of doing better. So what's holding our community back? Economics, business, lack of politics, lack of education, lack of knowledge. It depends on what people, but I like people to give back where they feel passionate, where you feel that you need it or where you feel like you can give value. So, but most people don't do that. You know, we're focusing on, I say, 3 things: money, status, and materialism.
Yeah.
Oh, G. Let go. All my niggas riding gas tank on full. We be fresh than a bitch. Yeah, your bitch might get pulled. I ain't got time for the bull. I ain't got time for the bull. Okay, all my niggas riding gas tank on full. We be fresh than a bitch. Yeah, your bitch might get pulled. If you see us in the streets, no talking, let's go. No time for...
Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Riley, a.k.a. Riley the Great. You are now tuned in to another episode
Okay.
of the Millennial Mayhem podcast.
We Stuttering Stanley.
Yeah, man, we doing something different today, man. I'm a little thrown off. I don't have my headphones on to hear myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of throwing me off a little bit.
Boys is nervous.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just a little bit. As y'all know, I got my cousin with me, Young Tony D. What's going on, G?
Man, what's good, dog?
Shit, chilling.
You good, Stuttering Stanley?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm gonna get it. Hey, as time progresses, I'm gonna get it together.
All right, bro.
Y'all don't worry about me.
But yeah, I'm good,
about
dog. I'm good.
Okay.
Dope Saturday today.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's a little gloomy outside, but we gonna get through that though.
It ain't a beautiful day in Zamunda right now.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. And we got abominable Loch Ness Wolverine, young Ray Matthews. What's going on, bro?
You added Loch Ness?
Yeah, because I mean, your hair all over the place, bro.
You niggas think that so when I get dressed, I don't have to like do extra. You know what I'm saying? Like just bare backbone.
Yeah.
God did his thing.
Yeah.
So like when you see me in these kind of situations, right now my hair is going through a hair health phase.
Hair health.
So I'm just trying to make sure my shit. When you see me in a couple months, my shit shining.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Hey, I feel you, Corbin. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you before, bro. All you gotta do is add some dance moves. Get on High School Musical, you'll fit right in, B. Straight up. Straight up. Nah. Hey, we got a special guest in the building.
Yeah.
PV alum, entrepreneur, and he is currently running for city council for District
D, baby.
D.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let me introduce you guys to Lloyd Ford, man. What's going on, bro?
And I appreciate y'all having me, just making my rounds.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
He famous.
Yeah, bro. Hey, my man is doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and just plug. I'm gonna plug the Black Store right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been around for about a year now.
3 years.
Oh, it's been, God, my
Made
bad.
3 years, January 1st.
Well, that pandemic still got boys.
Look, man, you don't count.
Yeah. And tell everybody what you sell in the Black Store.
So,
man.
the Black Store Beauty Supply Experience is a beauty supply store.
Yep.
People still be asking us if we black owned. Yes, we are.
Yes.
But I say they'll be perpetrating hard if they call it the Black Store and put a fist in the name. We have to address that. But yeah, we've been around for 3 years. Black owned beauty supply store. We got all the hair. Our prices are comparable, if not lower, to the Asian population of stores. But we got a lot of black owned brands. In 2021, our black owned brands did over $100,000. So that just let us know the demand for our products. But that's what's up. I appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, and one of our previous guests, Courtney, has some products in this store. So y'all be sure to go check that out too. Yeah.
Did Nicole have some stuff in there too?
Yeah. Oh, also Nicole does have some things in there as well.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, putting the city on, man.
I know at one point I was getting my my Velvet Noir, my shit from a beard. I think they was in there too.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
They still there?
I don't know.
I haven't been.
We've been rifling out a whole bunch of brands. We haven't had a whole bunch of brands come in lately, but now we're about to restock it back again.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We always got to reset. But we paid out over $60,000-$70,000 to black-owned vendors.
Okay.
So look, it can be depleting.
Yeah.
But we definitely were dedicated in making sure that we make that happen. Cause it was a staple in what we do.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and that store is the very definition of for us. By us. Yeah.
Well, the slogan is your skin is your ticket in.
Oh, okay. All
right. Your skin is your ticket in.
You know what I'm saying?
Heard that.
Hey, the road tag. Hey.
All are welcome, you know.
Yeah.
There's a special melanin that get you that special ticket in our hearts.
It's some Willie Walker type shit, bro. Let me get that golden ticket. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that golden ticket to get up in here, man.
So when we talk about black shit, boy, the shit just get quiet because niggas don't know if you can say stuff like niggas said, your skin is the ticket in. Everybody know that that's a dope slogan, but niggas like,
nah, shit, I don't know. I wasn't looking around like that. Like that's a dope ass slogan.
You know how many people told me when I went and did a survey, like, should we really call it the black store? People was telling me no. To be honest, people saying, niggas don't buy from niggas.
Yeah.
And, I've said, maybe so, but I think it's depending on how we market it. And it wouldn't no black-owned beauty supply store that was just out front saying, hey, we black-owned, come buy from us. Even though your clientele is like 99.8% black, we still are scared to say, and I was just at a community meeting, people scared to say black. Even though I go to a Hispanic meeting, they say we proud to be Hispanic. We just are Hispanic, and we still including others, but we ain't afraid of saying it. But I think right now we in that minority stage, and people don't want to say. And people of color, I don't say that. We say black.
Every time, man.
And that's always been a thing, man. Like why is that even a thing? Where you can't, like, people are afraid to buy from black, but you'll go to another store that supplies all the same things, but it's owned by another nationality. Like, that's the thing that kind of confuses me about.
I don't think people scared to buy from black. What I think it is just that it's just like you said. Like when you mention it like that, it makes people nervous. The first, like you said, the first thing you hear was, oh no, don't call it the black store. Like that's like, what's the word? That's too it's too boisterous. Like don't be like that. But like you said, Hispanics, other cultures, they loud and proud about who they are. We ain't there all the way just yet. You know what I
say is, I went to school in North Dakota, where it was none but white people. What I say is, white people and others, they will accept the panderers, but they respect the people that respect who they are. So they accept you because it fit their needs, but they won't respect it. They accept it, but they won't respect it.
Damn,
that was what it is.
That was live.
Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's about as real as it's real get. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
And so you might not like it, but I ain't lying.
Yeah. See,
speaking of here, man, you heard the story about Ed Reed, man.
Yeah, man.
That boy's out of there before he even got in the door. You know what I'm saying?
Officially got in the door.
25 days.
Politics, baby. Look,
man.
Can't say what you want, Liz. You think.
Right. Like, dude. Now, look, we went to HBCU. Shout out PV Nation. You know what I'm saying? We know HBCUs have some obstacles that we got to clean up our house. Right. We know that.
Right.
But you can't accept a job and then start talking about the employer and think that you're going to stay there, fam. It's not going to happen.
I understand.
Like you can do that. And I agree with Ed Reed with what he was saying, but you can't. Some stuff you got to keep in house, fam. You can't go blasting people on social media like that, especially when that's your employer.
Right.
Of course, get your ass up out of here. We're not finna have that. A good example of how you do things. Look at Tennessee State and Eddie George. Completely different. He knows the situation that Tennessee State is going through, and they just got all of their money. They just got land grant money. $250 million, and they've been fighting for it. And I guarantee you some of the issues that they were having was because of lack of money, and that they got it. Bethune-Cookman, same situation. Lack of money. They still ain't got some stuff fixed from the hurricanes that didn't hit over there.
Yeah, but I think in Ed's case, Ed, like Dion, like, we coming. We ain't trying to build. We ain't rebuilding. We here to win today. And I think that Ed was trying to go in there and do that same thing. He was just too loud. He was just too loud about it, and the way that he did it. Because Eddie George, like you said, he's been going through this probably the same shit that every HBCU goes through. You know what I'm saying? But he just was patient enough to wait. Now he got it. Because how long you been a coach?
I don't think I wouldn't say patient.
How long?
I just don't think that he was loud about it.
He was behind the cloak. Like Ed Reed he was extremely uncouth about his rant. And you gotta be able to finesse Just a little bit, dude. Like, I mean, you can't be boisterous and Brody about every situation. You know what I'm saying? I think he handled that. He didn't handle it the best he could. Right. You know, once you get in the door, then you start tree shaking a little bit, but solidify your spot in the door.
Yeah. I was about to say that. See, Dion could have came out and did it after this year and really go in. He just decided to move around. But you got to first get in the door and at least establish that you're going to do something. Yeah. You know, even though Ed Reed is Ed Reed, we do establish that you're a great player. But at the same time, like you say, this is very political. This is chess, not marbles. So at the end of the day, he did have to play some finesse game. Even if it was signing a contract to make them have to pay you to get up out of it, then you just have to have some consequences. And it wasn't none because it wasn't no ink dry yet.
Yeah, that's in my opinion. That's what he messed up is he just didn't sign the contract. I didn't know he didn't sign the contract first.
That's what I'm saying. Like before you said, man, gotta make sure that ink dry.
Like, and again, I don't think none of us sitting up here thinks Ed Reed was wrong for what he was saying. It was just how he was doing it. Like all of that stuff, like having a clean office. Come on, fam. I'm a new head coach. Come on, man. Nothing should be dirty like that. Come on, man.
I ain't even mad that he did it or how he did it. But you just, like you say, it got to be some consequence on the other side. It was no consequences for them to let you go.
Yeah.
So until it's some repercussions, then ain't nobody going to
shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Right. You got to shut the fuck up.
You got to pay me $1 million to leave. You going to be like, well, he didn't say nothing too bad.
Right.
What he meant was.
Yeah. And I just feel so bad for Ed because he was so passionate, ready to get in there. He posted videos around campus cleaning up. I mean, just all kind of stuff, guys.
I think he's going to end up at another campus within the next 2 years. And hopefully it's somewhere in the HBCU ranks. Because I do think that he has a lot of wisdom that he can at least give. And I see his passion, the way that former NFL players talk about him, in these various, little clips. I think he's going to be a good coach.
Oh, yeah. No, without question.
I think he'll be a good coach. Too. I just hope that, he comes back and represents, our people well. That's all.
Yeah. Understand how to do certain things in certain situations.
Just understand to get your money first.
Yeah, go get the bag. Go
take care of your paperwork.
Yeah. Paperwork must be done.
Must be done.
Like you say, ain't nobody had no problems with the stuff that he was complaining about because the stuff that he was complaining about is real.
It's legit.
It's 100% real.
Legit gripe. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
On to the next thing.
Yeah, on to the next thing. So I'm going to, we're going to go ahead and jump into the meat and potatoes of this particular episode. And I'm going to start it off by asking you a question, Mr. Ford.
What you got?
I'm going to ask you, what do you believe is holding our community back currently in 2023?
I mean, I put it like this. That's a loaded question where it's a lot. We talking about economically, talking about education, we talking about in our own neighborhoods. I always stick with business and economics and politics because that's what I'm passionate in. But I think it's just a lack of enthusiasm for one of knowing what it is. I told somebody the other day, Houston just came out with a 187-page 50-year plan for Houston. They didn't go contact any of our communities or leaders to create this plan. So I think sometimes our plans are just too short. We not thinking about really the future. We thinking about right now gratification instead of delayed. So I think right now we just got to focus on what's important to us. And a lot of people, for one, don't know what that is. So, but they got to take some self-accountability, even with our own selves of doing better. So what's holding our community back? Economics, business, lack of politics, lack of education, lack of knowledge. It depends on what people, but I like people to give back where they feel passionate, where you feel that you need it or where you feel like you can give value. So, but most people don't do that. We're focusing, like I say, three things: money, status, and materialism.
Yeah. So let me ask you this about that. As far as the education goes about these particular topics or whatnot, where can people go to get that? Because you just said, it's a lack of education when it comes to economics and things of that nature. So are we providing spaces for people to actually go in and learn things about the economics and further themselves at the same time?
It's not a lot of spaces for people to go get this information. And even the people that's giving a lot of information, they just information pimping. on the internet. They not really trying to do anything. And I speak with a lot of so-called conscious people, and I say one thing that you realize with a lot of people, nobody trying to build a physical reality in what we doing, and that's what we doing. What we talk about the Black store, I could care less about beauty supply stuff. To be honest, I had never bought my wife no hair or nothing like that. So my thing is, I'm big on feeding people what they want in order to feed you what you need. So when people come to the Black store, you don't just get beauty supply store. When you when you make a purchase and you put your phone number in for your points, guess what? You go get text messages not about business or just about business. It'll be about politics, the stuff we do in the community, how to get involved. So we're doing this as a way to wake up other people in a way that I don't care if I say when it comes to voting, 50% off bundles if you come and give your time one day. How many people gonna come and get involved in? So it's about having the ability to offer people what they want, so I can feed you what you need. So sometimes it's not always voluntary, and I think another time we get a lot of stuff mixed up. We expect everybody to be involved. I don't. We ain't never had 100% consensus in nothing. No communities have. So when we talk about that, I understand. I want 4 things out of people: your money, your time, your vote, or your intellectual capital. And I want you to give back in where you feel is valuable. Some people you're not going to get nothing out of. Some people you go get one thing out of. But we have to understand what we're looking to get out of people and where we're looking to move it. And a lot of our elected officials and people in the conscious community, they just worried about their pockets and how do they move. But most of them don't have an active city that they working in. Go look it up. Go look at any person that you feel that's talking that conscious stuff. Go say, what city are they operating out of? What community groups in that city, in that neighborhood, do they control or hold power in? And most likely it's none. They are national people, international.
Yeah.
That don't move us.
See, that's why we were so successful. Like when you think about stuff like Black Wall Street and stuff, those reasons are why we were successful. Because what you're speaking about is like a community effort. Like whatever your gift is, you give that and be okay with giving that. How does it look when you go in a community where people are like, well, my gift is this, where people think that it's like something that's really not needed, right? I don't know what the gift could be, but it's something that's like not needed at all in the public opinion. Like, where does that, because everybody's gift is needed. Like, how do people feel about giving that gift, you know what I'm saying, where society doesn't accept it?
I mean, I put it like this. A lot of people feel like they want to give. We run around a whole bunch of ring around the rosy when we first started meetings. People say they want to be involved, but nobody wants to give no real dedication. So everybody that's leaders in my group are leaders of their own group. So where they see passion, they was already working agriculture, already working in community outreach. So my community outreach director for my campaign, I don't pay him for anything. This is what he was already doing. These are things that he want to do, reach out to the community. So we give each other those avenues to do so. So he know that most of my people would never have to pay me for no space, do anything like that. We spend our money. We even redirect our own credit card. We own our own credit card systems, and we redirect the fees back towards the community. We pay for the community websites, Sunnyside Civic Club, Shape Community Center, Acres Home Super Neighborhood, where we built their website. We pay for it too. So this is just so people would know who we are just as something minimal. But if we had somebody like Turkey Leg Hut on our credit card system, you're talking about $20,000 a month that could be coming back towards our communities that we have to do nothing for other than spend our money. So most people just don't know how they can give back. And if somebody do come to me with something that's not already provided, guess what? We're going to create that avenue. You know, as long as they want to be a dedicated leader towards it. If you want to create it, be it. And we going to support you. And
that's the thing about dedication to the cause and understanding your skill set. And I think a lot of us in our community don't really understand what we're really good at and what we really can provide to each other. You know, we just kind of, like you said earlier, we kind of just moving and trying to make a way for ourselves or trying to gain status any way we can, but not really honing in on something that, that not only provides us joy, but also, something that we can really be good at besides like sports and shit like that,
I was just about to ask you, like, you in the community, like, do you, because they always try to use that, like, and it's us. When I say they, I mean, we actually always try to use that, like, we ain't worried about nothing but how our kids could be good athletically. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing we're worried about. But you in the community, like, is that true? Because I don't feel like that's true. Like, I got partners that got friends, and yeah, we focus on sports a little bit, but we also hard on the academic side of it as well, you know. And I just don't know how it really and truly looks.
I mean, it do. I mean, I'm in a middle school everyday addicts. So I'm there, and you may think like we may not see it amongst each other because we start to be on other things, but these kids, they not seeing nothing else when it comes to TikTok, social media. We asked a young fella the other day, what is something you want to be when you get older? He said, I want to be a rapper. We said, cool. We didn't discourage it. Yeah. We said, what are some of the successful steps you think you need to do to become a rapper? They said, first I need to go to jail, then I need to get out. So, but his case analysis was Lil Wayne went to jail, got out, signed a contract. Lil Baby went to jail, got out, signed a contract. He had a list, a plethora of individuals that were successful, but he didn't see social media show you the beginning and the end.
They don't show the work.
The intermingle wasn't show the work. So we literally got all the young boys. I'm talking about 6th grade. I'm gonna drop out at 9th grade, and I'm gonna become a rapper. We got 15-year-old guys in the 7th grade, and they not done. They be like, go follow my album, Mr. Ford. Go get my album on Apple Music. The freshest J's on, new phone. You know what I'm saying? So we not glorifying, but at the end of the day, it's a parent funding these kids. With new shoes, new phone, without no productivity in their life outside of sports or entertainment. So us, we may not see it every day, but this school, man, that showed me a whole nother light that we feel we disconnected as hell. To the young folks and what they really care about. So we may not see it, but that's all they see that they can see to be successful. They ain't no other jobs. They still talking about, when they talking about careers, I want to be a teacher, a fireman, which is fine. Them are valuable things to be. Right. But them are not, but all I want to be millionaires by doing that.
Not gonna happen at all. That's a disconnect right there, man.
That's exactly why I asked, bro, because I my granny, my mama live in Fifth Ward. I'm in Fifth Ward all the time. When I was growing up in Fifth Ward, we had the Hester House, you know what I'm saying? The community center, everybody go to, we hoop, you know what I'm saying? Go in there and use the little faux computers that we had in the room, play basketball, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now when I go in Fifth Ward, I don't see that. The elementary school got remodeled, 100%. But there's no like place where everybody goes and is able to get that information, like where they house that shit. You can go in there and you can find these programs and stuff. Like, it ain't nothing in Fifth Ward. I'm like, bro, I grew up there. Like, by now it should have been,
because they already they've been having a 20-year plan out for Fifth Ward, and they want it to look like the Woodlands Waterway. So that mug is good as gone. You just don't know it yet.
And I Mo showed me the plan where they got the I guess Buffalo Bayou floating all the way behind down Jensen on.
It sounds like they're trying to do it like, you know, kind of like the Riverwalk
San Antonio.
You know, trying to deck it out like
bike
that.
trails. That's the reason why we fighting some in Third Ward right now. They building less than a mile of bike trails, $11.9 million.
What?
Less than a mile? That's stupid.
See, but they try to make you get stuff like that by tying it into improving your drainage. Stuff like, you know what I'm saying? So hey, you want this bike? We gonna get this bike lane, but you want that drainage, though. Your shit gonna keep flooding. So you know what I'm saying? And that's the type of stuff that we fight against. And the city councilman that's in office now, her excuse would be like, "This was going before I knew it." You know, before I was even in office, it's already on the books. But guess what? You can stop it. Not only can you stop it, but we can bring stuff to the community. So that would be the biggest things in the community is lack of notice. Like, you want this stuff to happen, but you ain't told none of us that this is about to happen. And you're using our tax dollars to do it.
So I'm glad you brought up councilmen and all of that good stuff. Because
it's Tony's specialty.
Nah, man, I be getting mad at people when they say they don't care about voting. And I really, really, really don't think people understand how impactful that is. I worked for HISD. I used to have to sit on them Thursday meetings sometimes and listen to the financial reports because I worked in the budget office. So sometimes I had to, sit in, and I would tell people like, hey, these board members is something that you need to pay attention to. And people like, yeah, I don't want to vote. Whoa. If you stay in Houston and your kid in public school and they go to HISD, you need to be paying attention to that stuff. Like, that shit is important. And people just, I don't know. I don't. It's important. Can you just please explain to these people how important it is just to vote locally. I ain't even talking nationally. I'm talking locally.
Never talking nationally. I'm always talking locally.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, I'm gonna tell them they're gonna start cutting up their EBT cards. Now I'm just playing. That get them out of vote. But nah,
I got a girl I call right now. I need to call her and let her know.
They coming for you.
I need your honey right now.
Nah, ways that you can kind of explain. I think we don't be understanding. I give people a simple example. Anybody know what a TERS is? Our TERS is basically they make up a TERS for your neighborhood. They use your business taxes and they use it to redevelop the neighborhood. And I give you an example. The TERS they just made up in Sunnyside. These people are not elected. These people are selected. The TERS in Fifth Ward, they've been serving over that TERS for 20 years.
That's why ain't shit happen.
One reason.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we talk about the TERS. Guess what? In Sunnyside, they have already authorized. I think they only got $2 million in the account, but they authorized to get $23 million. They talking about building "Welcome to Sunnyside" signs. They got a white lawyer, an Indian guy that's over all construction, and somebody that's in Pakistan building a website for Sunnyside. So, and guess what? All this stuff, the pastors sit on the board. All the pastors of the neighborhood sit on the board. And so everything that gets voted on have to be unanimous, which means everybody has to agree.
Yeah.
But we still agree to stuff like that. Everybody know Rodney Ellis came out with a study. We receive 0.5% of the contracts here in Houston, black people. Not minority, black people. 0.5%.
Damn.
And they don't even want to give, this TERS group don't even want to give businesses or black businesses in the area a chance to bid for the projects that they're putting out.
See, that's unfair. That's unfair.
Bullshit.
So, but guess what? Ain't nobody giving checks and balances to them because people in Sunnyside don't. For one, they have these meetings at 12 o'clock on a Friday.
At work.
By design.
Most of the normal person can't come.
Yeah, got to.
So
design.
that's already a roadblock in a sense. And I was at the school. Guess what? I told the class, I'll be back. I'm going to go to the library for an hour. You know what I'm saying? And look, you ain't paying me enough to sit here. I'm about to go look at something that's going to help us for the future. But again, these people are selected and voted on by the city council person that now is control over these people that control our budgets. And now what they're trying to create now is something called a management district, which now has the power to go in and do projects in your community using your tax dollars. Talking about all type of corridors and all type of stuff. But again, we don't understand the importance. So we just be like, man, city councilman, like what? My community meetings, these are people that want to be involved. And we have 50 people. Raise your hand if you know your city council member. Maybe 1 or 2 people maybe raise their hand, which is normal. So we just showing people the different roadblocks and different stuff that we can use to improve the community rather than, just the same old political rhetoric.
Yeah.
And then what we not doing, we not talking about what we want to do. We already doing it.
Yeah, execute.
Yeah.
So we just gonna be more of what we already doing. And guess what? If we lose, we still gonna be doing this.
Yeah.
So that don't change our actions, and I think that makes the difference between us and normal politicians in the area.
Man, that's crazy, man. Because it's some real live Rashard Tates around this mug, bro.
Councilman Tate.
I
already knew it. Dog, that's just niggas think movies is fake. That shit is real as fuck, nigga.
You talking to somebody that been sued by the NAACP here in Houston?
And I do remember that.
Damn.
Trust me. Crazy. It ain't work though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just let everybody know we had them served back at their headquarters, not only here in Houston, but in Baltimore. And we said, show your books.
Yeah.
They got all type of kumbaya. So we know what the levels are, and they can't attack us because I ain't never been suspended from school, let alone went to jail. So you ain't got nothing on me. So when we doing what we doing, you don't control my money, so you don't control my mouth.
Yeah.
So they don't like individuals like myself to be empowered.
Damn.
And nobody ever really took the route that we going here in Houston. Like we waking up the community. We don't care about the power structure.
And
That's what we need. Go ahead.
Do you think that had more to do with your age and how enthusiastic you are, being that you are as young as you are?
I mean, it's about what the word that people don't like to talk about. It's about power.
And
you talking about a young guy that I brought a whole slate. I was president, brought a second vice, brought a secretary, brought a treasurer. I had more people in my committee than all the other committees combined. So you talking about somebody, they just didn't want to relinquish the power. The secretary of the NAACP get paid $150,000 a year to do nothing. She the only employee. The only employee.
Because it's a non-profit, right?
Yeah.
We just was at their meeting. They got one employee, and they budget right now. They got in the bank sitting $700,000.
And what they doing with it?
Look.
Chilling and grilling. See, that's what we need, bro. Because when I think about growing up, when politicians used to, Sheila Jackson Lee, Harold Dutton, them niggas used to come to the school, it used to just be a photo op in a limousine ride. Nigga. It would, like just being in front of you right now and knowing like your credentials, you are very personable. We was lacking that. We was missing it. They was just coming to get a vote to say hi to us. They wasn't telling us. It was left up to our own judgment of, and the only thing that we had was watching TV. Who's getting elected on TV? Nobody but the damn president. Let them tell it, right? So that's all we think. So then growing up, I'm like, shit, I'm not voting for the president. My vote doesn't matter. But then you realize, oh, wait, there's a whole nother like sector of this thing that really fucking matters.
Real talk.
But I think that we have been not eager to get involved in it because of people that have been in power in those very seats who haven't done anything.
But this is what I be telling people. Man, if y'all actually like could just look into politics more than what you're just doing now, man, I know plenty of real dope people that can't get out the primaries, fam. Like, I'm talking like dope people. Like, if I say, hey, if I stayed in your district, you know what I'm saying, I would want to see him because I follow the work he do. I know what he's doing. I would want to see him make it out the primaries at least. Give him a fighting chance. It's people across Houston that can't make it out the primaries. And I be telling people that, like, fam, if you don't, like, go vote often, then, of course, you'll always feel like, oh, well, they got this person representing us. Well, the person that could have beat him was lost in the primaries because you were nowhere to be found.
Right, but it doesn't have more to do with donations, money, exposure, things of that nature. Because let's be honest, man. Like these elections, there's not a lot of exposure or not a lot of visibility. I would say when it comes to these certain elections.
I think that
not
plays
locally.
No, right.
That plays a part. That does play a part.
Nationally, they blast that shit nationally all the time. But I'm saying, like, nobody, you just don't realize how important that. Even when Tony would be saying this shit, I'm like, shut the fuck up, nigga. Like, you telling niggas to go vote locally, nigga. You fucking go vote. I ain't voting for Harold Dutton again. Fuck that nigga, man.
I built his website one year too. Yeah. So I was very, matter of fact, one of his campaign was probably one of the campaigns that really woke me up. Like, I was in that thing and I was spitting all the good ideas because only about 15% of people vote in Fifth Ward. So I'm like, man, I'm spitting. I'm like, why they not taking my ideas? Oh, because they winning with these same little people that they winning. Why would you want to go wake up some demographic that's going to ask you questions? Right? So in District D alone, though, 124,000 registered voters, only about 25,000 vote. So the city council right now, she only got, and there's no primary. This is a straight ticket race. Local races or nonpartisan, which means you don't have to establish Democrat or Republican. So it's straight November race. But most of the people, they just don't care to go wake up anybody else. They love going to the churches, the civic club groups, and just the power brokers, and let them tell you to vote for them. And that's the difference. Like this year alone, we ain't even out of January, we almost hit 1,000 doors already. So we just not playing no games. We ain't taking them for granted. And if the city council people, if they gonna beat me, they either go spend some money or your feet about to be hurting. Yeah,
straight up.
So how long is the terms for
4 years?
City? 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay,
but it's different. Each state and each city can be different.
But so after that, it has to be somebody to replace that person, right?
Nah, you get 2 terms. 2 terms of 4 years.
2 terms of 4 years. Okay, okay. Because I know some of these other positions. Some of you motherfuckers been in the office, like
they like
20, 20, 30 years.
Because state rep, guess what? After you, like Harold Dutton, they run every 2 years. Sheila. So, yeah, they run every 2 years. So, as soon as they win, you almost back on the campaign trail again. So, it's even hard for somebody to even establish. And I know somebody that ran against Sheila. They wouldn't even let him put his name on the ballot.
Really?
He had to sue them in federal court for them to even let him put his name on the ballot.
Yeah, man.
And then when he went to Austin after he sued, they wouldn't let him in the building. So I tell people it's way more deeper roadblocks than you thinking you just about to go run up against somebody.
That's bullshit.
With nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
They like it to be this way. They don't want no deviations or no heels or no, like, we want this smooth selling thing. We got a good rapport with this woman here. She does what she wants. She does what we want her to do.
Basically.
And then we good, man. Money goes this way, money goes that way. Everybody good, and we can keep this train rolling. Right. Man, it's just a whole different ball game when it comes to politics. And I will say myself, man, I probably should educate myself more on local government and local politics, because I can't lie to y'all, man. If if it was a level, if we talked about everybody's level at this table, bro, I'd probably be like a novice. You know what I mean? Just mad, and I'd be the sorriest nigga in the boot in the group. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm with you.
Y'all guy here, Ron Reynolds, he won re-election. He was in jail. He ain't campaigned out one day, but came out of jail like, oh, I won. Okay.
What?
Back in office.
Yeah.
That shit crazy, though.
How does that happen? How? What you mean?
like, just, bro,
I'm gonna
like,
give you an example because how politics work, bro. Just me going against an incumbent. The last year when she ran, 13 people was in the city council race. It'll be lucky this year if it's 5 because people don't like to run against the established Democrat because they feel like if you run against these older people, you're gonna be shunned from the Democratic or that crew from the beginning. So, but me, I ain't never vied to be a part of them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care that everybody don't need to be out front saying, chanting Lloyd Ford. I got people that's my people, and they ain't never going to say a word because I need you where you at. So I need you out here with me.
You brought up Democratic and Republican.
I was just
about to go there. What is your opinion on political parties?
For one, we came out with our own group. It's called Paid Texas, Political Advocates for Independent Democracy. So I wouldn't run a Republican or a Democrat.
Why not?
But,
go ahead.
I mean, it's a game at the end of the day. And one, I wouldn't want anybody to feel like, I tell people all the time, they say politicians, when they get in there, they change. No, they change to the people that's supporting them. Because most of the black community, you're not getting money or support from the normal individual, but you are getting support from the party. So they don't, it's not that they change. They change to the people that's supporting them and that's going to keep them in office.
Yeah, you assimilate. You assimilate. Yeah.
Like a larger sense of assimilation through participation.
Heard that.
Yeah, you jump on that bandwagon. Even your boy Obama did that. You know what I'm saying? He assimilated too.
Yeah.
Oh, he got to.
Yeah, on the national level.
People always say, "Why ain't never say black?" 70% of the electorate and the voters here in the United States are white.
Yeah.
That boy ain't talking to you.
Yeah. He got to play the game, dog. Like every president does. You know what I'm saying?
telling people like, man, look, I don't even get mad when somebody, I'm a Republican. Okay. Like, okay. Like, because in my opinion, hell, Democrats just as bad as Republicans, if you ask me.
For sure.
But I don't like the rhetoric of, like, when people are saying, stupid stuff like, oh, when them Democrats, they just be pandering. I was like, okay, and the Republicans just straight up shitty people. So pick your poison.
It is party psychology, though.
Yeah.
You do have black people out here that wouldn't vote for me because I don't say I'm a Democrat. Or if you run as an independent, it's black people that just are really party loyal. So you just have to understand that, at the same time. So, but I understand that psychology of our people. So,
America's really good at fucking brainwashing.
Yeah, because
some credit.
Top 2 or not 2.
It's all extremes, bro. When you talk about those two, man, it's just all extremes. Either you extreme this way or you extreme that way, and then you have some people preaching bipartisan policies or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's still something that's going to benefit this side more than the other. Nobody can really. That's why I don't understand. I don't even understand the point of political parties.
Yeah.
If y'all out there in wherever in DC, and y'all can't come together to be and put your heads together and come up with a solid plan where you feel like the majority of the Americans win, then what's the point of you guys even going up there, man? Y'all going up there just to argue, and then if I got one more person in the house, or I got one more person in the I'm gonna get the dub.
I mean, y'all got to think about it deeper than that. Like how we work politics and how other people work politics is different. Like we're not using it as the tool that it's supposed to be. And I'll give you an example: EpiPen. How people use it, the government don't create jobs, people create jobs. But guess what? They create a company, then go into legislation and say, guess what? Every government building entity need to have 2 of these at all times. Then how much do that, if somebody had to say, all of a sudden you came up with that t-shirt and they like, when we writing it in law, if you're a government entity, a building, everybody need to have one size of that. How what would that do to your sales just in Texas?
It will blow it up.
So we got to think about the psychology of party. Party ain't about understanding. Party is about power. And at the same time, it's about the psychology of how to gather people. Why do people gather people? Why did they make up race? To gather power. So that's basically all it is. Don't think about it no more, no less. It's to gather the power and galvanize of people. That's all it is. So when I create a group, a fraternity, Alpha, Kappa, why am I doing that? That's for clout and power wherever you at.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or either on your campus, your neighborhood, or wherever you at. That's all it's about. Anything when people creating different entities for people to participate in, it's about power or money. Or status.
I just watched the interview with Akon on the way over here. He just said that exact, because they was asking him about Africa or whatever, and how we in America view Africa. He's like, people in America view America's like super solid at brainwashing people, because America, like, if you let Americans tell it, you go to Africa, it's giraffes in your front yard. You know what I'm saying? But like, Africa's like beautiful. It's all kind. I ain't never been, but apparently it's all kind of shit happening there. But if you just hear the average black person, we ain't been to Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question though, since you said that. How many people you think are in, let's just say, Nigeria, if you had to guess?
Let's say,
remember, it's like 500,000 people in America. I mean, million people. 400 or 500 million people in America. How many people you think in Nigeria?
200,000, 300,000
in Nigeria.
Try 200 million.
Shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Shit.
Most people don't know that. So, but when somebody tell you that, think about it. Just Nigeria is almost the size of the United States. So I tell people, think about it. You want to, let's go to Africa. You want to go somewhere where you don't know the language, the politics, or the culture. Trust me, if you ain't do it over here, you ain't going to do it over there.
No.
It ain't going to happen. So I think we just got to take that. I'm going to go to the homeland. Like, politics is worldwide. You can't get how you get your electricity is political. How you get your roads is political. Water, you can see that in Flint. It's political.
Still ain't.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with the devil I know, bro, and not the devil I don't. That's why when I do hear that crap, I'm like, all right, bro, all right, you can dip. I'm gonna be right here.
I definitely still want to visit. I ain't finna tell you.
I know visit, but
visit, but I ain't finna go stay.
Right? Yeah, but you know that was that little time frame where everybody was like, man, we need to move to Africa or move to Canada and all that.
You ain't gotta say nothing. When you just hear people say that, you just understand to the level that they don't understand. You really don't understand. If you saying that, you don't understand.
Those type of people are the type of people that don't want to do anything to make their situation better. Like, they don't want to. Like, you gotta knock down. You gotta knock on 1,000 doors to make sure you solidify your position, right?
17,000.
You just said 1,000. I'm damn. 17. Undershot you big time. But you got to knock on 17,000 doors to solidify. That take work. That take blood, sweat, tears. It's just the people that say that kind of shit. It's like you don't want to do the work here, and you think you're gonna go over there where they not even as advanced as we are, and you're gonna do the work over. No way.
It's just a heavy reliance on the powers of be to make something shake. For them. You know,
that ain't how it happens.
And that's not how the world works. You know, I know everybody at this table, everybody in this house has had to do something in order to get to where they wanted to be. Had to get up and do a lot of something. You can't just sit back and look and wait for another man. Hey, man, pull that for me. I need you to pull this for me. No, get your ass over there and pull it your damn self. You know, and you know, just putting it in layman's terms, bro. Like, boys are lazy, man.
I mean, people, I put it like this, you know, all the business stuff that we do, even at the black store, I hate to say I didn't learn at PV. You know what I'm saying? I learned it from a lawyer. Like, we literally raised $100,000 using a PowerPoint to open a store. I ain't use no credit. I ain't use no big bank institutions. But it took somebody telling me the different advantages of having a C Corp, how stock A, stock B, having founder stock, put that together, how that stuff work, how to raise money in between a corporation. Look, some stuff I just went on YouTube, how to raise money for a corporation. I was like, cool, that's it. Look, you better ask people. I got people to this day be like, man, remember you hit me up on Instagram asking me to have a meeting about investing in the store? I'm like, you ain't give me no money? Nope, I don't remember. I know. Because I already accepted that I'm going to get more no's than yeses. So once you tell me no, I don't even see that. So, you know, you got to have that spirit. Like, I don't care if somebody tell me no. I'm about to go this way, that way.
But you have, like you said, speaking of spirit, you have that entrepreneurial spirit. And so I'm gonna ask you this: when did you realize that you had that in you? You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, I can't say that I just realized it was in me, even though, I sold DVDs at PV, cut hair, did all this different stuff, but it really didn't hit me until I was in corporate and realized I couldn't get what I wanted out of corporate. Mm-hmm. And I think once that hit me, I was like, I'd be a fool to leave my fate in these folks' hands.
Yeah.
And so that just kind of woke me up to a new level, and I'm really above. You better ask anybody about that. Know better, do better. I drop of a hat. I will not think about anything else. So when we was talking about football and stuff earlier, like that was around that cusp that I really just started focusing on whatever. So everything else that wasn't involved in that, look, I don't even see that shit no more. I'm like biker boys when that boy geared in.
Just turn over there.
I don't see nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So even friends and family, you may want me to come to your gender reveal, a party or something. I'm not gonna make it to all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal. It just, my mind is so consumed on what's important that, people get mad at me, but I'm like, so I had how many community meetings? You didn't come to none of them, but you want me to come to your birthday party? Yeah. Chill, bro. I hope you get mad about that. That's how I'm going to state it. Like,
What's your
I feel a little attacked though. I know I've gotten some invites, but because he doing during the week though. I work way out in the woodlands, man. So it'd be hard for me to get back down to the H, bro. To do that, bro. Because I'm like, damn, man. I'm already getting off at 6:30, and then I gotta drive an hour back. I'm like, I be missed.
But as kid, I used to work my corporate job from 8 to 5, leave that mug, go to community meetings, 2 or 3 of them in Acres home, everywhere, and then come back home. So it wouldn't. You just got to figure out. Guess what? We find time for everything else.
Yeah,
it ain't nothing personal. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? As long as you giving your views or something in another place, but guess what? It ain't never enough. Yeah. I don't care if you did come to a meeting. Guess what? Then I can be like, all right, how much money did you get? How many doors did you knock with us? You know what I'm saying? So it can always be more. So I don't even come at people like that. You know what you ain't done and done. I ain't got to tell you. So
don't worry about it, Lloyd.
Hit your heart on your own.
After work, I'm going to the gym, bro. Let me get down 215. I'm doing whatever after that. Once I get down 215, I'm everywhere.
Steve will be at Mo City Grill on Tuesday. I'll see you the video.
I know about y'all Friday happy hour.
I ain't been doing that this summer. I ain't been doing that this year.
I know about them. You know what I'm saying? I was at happy hour. I was at a community meeting. You know what I'm saying? I did 2 of them before I came here today.
We working on it, Lord. We working on it.
Hey, dog, we'll holler around.
Yeah. That's that sacrifice,
deep, man. But
Nah, but this how y'all can help though. You ain't got to leave your area. I need y'all to know who your civic club people are, who the people in your area. That's how you can help us and help the movement where y'all. Be a presence where you at. Mm-hmm. I don't need you to come where I'm at. Mm-hmm. I'm handling that. Mm-hmm. I need you to be a presence where you at. Mm-hmm. So wherever that be, a civic club group, homeowners association, we need people to be a part of those things and know who the people are. So when I come and say, all right, we about to move in your community, we got some people that's going to be voting over here. Who are your civic club meetings and people? We know they are. Those are like,
I don't know.
Guess as good as mine. Yeah. So that I need people to be strong where you at. I don't need you to always come to the community meetings where we at. As long as you're doing your thing where you at. It's some people that I never call. You know why? Because I know they doing their thing where they at. But when it's time to put out that cat call, I know that I can get the information from them. And even, I'll say this, just as a disclaimer, just to black people, I don't think politics is the sole answer to everything that people and black people need. No, it definitely ain't. But guess what? It's 2 things we looking for. Information and access. Right now, that's as good as it's going to get for what we trying to do. But that's all we need because we going to do the economics, the business, the education, all through that information and access. So that's the biggest thing. So we need you to be strong where you at.
What is your ultimate goal when you sit down and make your plan? Because I'm sure you have an extended plan. What is your ultimate goal? I know it's not city council.
Nah, right. I mean, to be honest, it never was running for office. Period. I thought I would be able to do enough and raise enough money and enough awareness to get our own candidates in and run them. But we realize it's hard to put yourself in other people. But I just give you a glimpse of what it is. You know, I really can't. I wish I could do one of them vampire things where you could just touch me and see everything that's in my mind.
Yeah.
But it goes deeper. When I talk about power, bro, I'm talking about our own level of getting our own information. We're not relying on people, our own satellites, our own stuff. The other day, LeBron gave away 10,000 scholarships. think about if somebody was that invested in building up one community where you gave away 10,000 scholarships within a certain area. And you say, guess what? In order for you to go this, you want to be a doctor? Guess what? We're going to pay for it. But guess what? As a signed contract of me paying for your stuff, you got to come give 5 years in the clinic in the neighborhood that we open.
Mm-hmm.
So guess how LeBron and them could change stuff in 1 decade in the community and have community centers, anything that you can think of that people have to go to school for and house it and be done. Because 10,000 kids, guess what? Somebody drop out, don't matter.
Yeah.
So if we was that direct and diligent to building up a community, that's all it would be. But nobody's that invested because I tell people it's that big L word that people don't ever want attached to them, and that's liability. Nobody want to be liable. That's why you don't see Beyonce and them. They from Third Ward, they'll throw it up all day, but they ain't trying to put a grocery store up over there. That's liability. They thinking about Lemonade 3 or 4, whichever one she on. The last thing you want to see is 100 people then drop dead from lemons out of Beyonce's grocery store. You know what I'm saying? That's liability. Nobody want to deal with that. And I can just go make lemonade and let y'all buy it and stream it, and I ain't got to think about nothing after that.
That scream Black Lives Matter to me, man. You just a website you can go on, donate your little $10, and then move on and feel like you did something. But you can repurpose that and go in the community and do something. And that definitely screams Black Lives Matter to me.
For sure.
Wasted funds, wasted resources, just because it's the easiest thing to do. Yeah, it's the easiest thing.
And that's why you get people that go towards the parties when you talk about politicians, because waking up the community is hard. But we willing to go the hard route. So we willing to put a business in the community. You know how many people are like, why y'all put that in Sunnyside? You put that in Heights, it would have did $1 million. I'm like, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
Well, shit, it's other stores similar to that in Sunnyside as well that were there before they were there. So, we always talk about not communication, but competition is the cornerstone of democracy. You know what I'm saying? Enterprise. So shit. I mean, there's some stores in there right now. They've been eating for a long time. They've been over there since I was over there when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, shit. I'm glad you put it over there.
I mean, we did a study. 5-mile radius of the black store, we give away $1 billion a year. So we give away over almost $500,000 a month just in beauty supply. We haven't even got the food yet. So it's people, we give away money like left and right, but again, it's like discretionary spending. We give it to the stuff that we care about. So just like discretionary time, money, we give it to the things that's around us and that we particularly care about. Other than that, we ain't thinking about that shit. And most people don't know how politics can directly help them. So if they can't see a opportunity in it, they not gonna invest their time in it.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? What can I win in this?
What can I get?
What can I get?
You gonna do a street? Oh no! I ain't never going.
What you gonna put in there? Ping pong table?
I've been rolling over that bump. I've been rolling over that same bump for years. Nigga. Don't try to fix it now. We good, right?
And I think that's the number one. I think that's the number one thing. People just me. What can I get? What can I get? What can I get? And ain't nobody really saying, oh, what can we get out of this if we all do it? It's just me.
For sure.
I won't say crab in a bucket. It's just shit.
But
I'm looking out for me.
What can I give though?
I'm just crabs in a bucket at this point.
That's what I'm saying. I won't even say crabs in a bucket. I'm looking out for me.
Yeah, ain't nobody worried
about
nobody.
man, because I grew up in Third Ward, man, and I went to a private school like that, and even when we were younger, man, the community thing was the thing that was preached to us. We used to take nature walks to the Shape Center out there, man, because this is where everybody commune, and we had show each other love, and show a little piece of our culture and everything, and they even had like little gardens and things like that out there in a park, and I like it was always like that for me when I was a kid, all the way up to 9 to when I moved to Sunnyside. So it's just for it to be so different now when you grew up in that type of environment, I think it's just it's a bit weird, and it seems like it's like we kind of moved backwards, you know what I'm saying, to an extent. Yeah.
Love only goes so far when they building 2-story houses in Katy for a little or nothing. It's like
you got the same elected officials too over there in that area at the same time.
I mean, yeah, but it's like I could live here, or I could go live And then I didn't care about the community officials here. I don't care about the community officials in Katy. What I care about is that nice 2-story house versus being somewhere like Fifth Ward, Third Ward, where it's, you got to work to get it there. My granny house is there. Don't even realize how like valuable that piece of land is. All people see is that rundown house that's on that land. You got to go in there and do some work to make that shit look good. Yeah. In Katy, again, it's built up. They building them for us.
I mean, we not willing to pay the price. I just came from a property tax meeting just before I came here. Properties in Fifth Ward, city gas and all this stuff went up 400%.
They're trying to get them out of there.
In 5 years.
Yeah, they're trying to get them.
They trying to get them out of there. They at my granny house every day knocking.
Yeah.
You want to sell this? You want to sell this?
Start telling them outrageous numbers. That's what I do. Them people stop calling my phone. They was like, "Hey man, we'll buy your house. Give me $5 million, you can have it." And I know my house ain't worth $5 million. It's more like 200,000. So give me $5 million, you can have it. Because I'm finna
Never
go
mind,
flip.
this guy's delusional.
Leave me alone, fam.
Try again next month.
Shoot, they ain't called since.
Yeah, I send them boys a whole like little paragraph like unless you send me an offer that I genuinely and really can't refuse, stop wasting my time, bro. I'm not gonna sell my house.
Me neither.
I tried to do that. They started asking me about other properties. Other properties you thinking about selling?
No.
We're in the neighborhood. Okay, get out the neighborhood for this dog bites your ass.
If anything, we need to add more properties to our name, especially. And I'm just talking about everybody in this room right here.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, how do you feel about group investment or like creating how difficult is it to, like, let's say like friends, is it something that you think is difficult to get a group of friends together to pool some money together and go buy something or put it somewhere to where we can make some money off of it?
No, not at all. Again, we done it. You know what I'm saying? My investors mainly end up being people that I know or people that I'm cool with, people that I went to elementary school with, people that have been in my wedding, different stuff like that. So it's not hard. What usually be the obstacle? One, trust, transparency, and time. I call that the 3 T's.
Yeah.
But, and I say time because one time people invested. I was in a group. We invested like $40,000. We want to start this little snow cone business, and we realized we got the truck, we got everything, got the stove, got everything, and then you realize who's gonna work for this motherfucker? Everybody, I gotta work. You know what I'm saying? So that venture died because it was nobody to work it. So you know what I'm saying? I think that sometimes people don't always really dedicate, and I tell people all the time, they think that we make a lot of money from the black store. The black store has made money, but I have not, and me and my partner have not taken a dime from that bad boy. Like I've only spent hundreds of thousands, and I'm talking about $100,000 of my own money. And don't get me wrong, if I could go back, I realized it was a smarter way for me to do that. I should have used my $100,000 to go get another $100,000, but I was impulsive and needed and wanted stuff right then, and and before you know it, you spent $100,000 of your own money. But it was a good, valuable experience. Money go come and go. I know I can make that back. I don't even think about it like that because I give away more money than shit I probably bring in. But I know it's for a purpose and what we trying to do. I told somebody if I just wanted to care about just me and all I had was my bills and go home and work and stack, oh boy, I'd be
living
all world. But I could never be a billionaire because I'd be giving too much money away. Like hand over fist. You give me $1 million, oh yeah, it's on and popping. So and I'm recruiting people. I want us to all meet, but it's not hard for people to pool money. You just have to know what it's going to be about, what are people roles in it. And even if you had somebody that didn't have money to give, but they had the time to give, it's ways to barter stuff. And I think we don't let it be equal between time and money and what other people bring. We just like, you ain't got no money? Hey, man, get up on out of here. But I'm like, this person may be valuable in time. You know what I'm saying? So we don't take all that stuff in account. And to be honest, not enough people that have money want to put their businesses in the hood. They look at the glitz and the glamour, and they think about the end before they get to it. What about people stealing? And I had to tell one of our investors and one of the people that my partners, I said, I didn't design this store with thieves in mind. I just didn't. I ain't put our heart into it, and people treat it as such. That's why we don't have to follow
That's it.
people around.
Yeah.
A girl boyfriend stole some glasses one time, and we told her when she came back in the store, guess what? She went to their house and got them and brought them back. So that's the type of culture that we want to build into our businesses. You know, make you feel bad from stealing from the black store.
Yeah.
All these Asian ones, you gonna steal from the black store? You out of pocket.
Shame on you, man.
Yeah. Give me your coin, bitch.
Excommunication.
Yeah, get your ass out of here, man.
But people like yourselves, we need more people that's professional, that have a little disposable income that can give business. And I tell you, it may not be no one big thing that you starting, but you have to look at giving towards the business. Even if you go see one that's like the new grocery store out there, people that got disposable need to be going to them like, hey, y'all need a location. What else y'all could do to do better? And I promise you can get into a lot of businesses and successful relationships just by doing that. So it's, you don't have to be the leader. You don't have to be the part of it. Sometimes you can just be the investor. Sometimes you can just be the time person. But we got to be secure with that, and we got to just full transparency and trust, bro.
Yeah.
We don't trust each other.
That makes sense.
Boy just wrote a
And we
book on this
don't-
episode.
Man, we don't trust each other enough. That is the that's the thing. That's the thing. I think so many people have seen, bad business practices. First off, practices, and then bad business deals, and now you like, oh, I don't even want to work with nobody because what if this gonna happen? What if that gonna happen? Man, look, if you investing, it's a risk off top,
yeah.
even if you trust the person, because there's a chance that the business might flop.
For sure.
So if you're gonna invest.
And let the chips fall where they may.
There you go.
But also, like he was saying earlier, the transparency of it all and actually laying out the foundation of what we're trying to get accomplished is, I think, is a really big portion of it. Make it make sense to me. And y'all know me, man. I'm over analytical when it comes to a lot of shit. So if you make it make sense to me, then I don't mind spending a little bit of money if I have it. But I've had opportunities to invest in things, and I've done it off the strength of something outside of that. So, but those are opportunities, that you learn from, man. You learn and you move forward,
Yeah.
So
For sure. And just as a full transparency, all my investors that invest in the store, everybody ain't got full payment back. But guess what they get from us? You get quarterly reports. You call us, we going to have all the numbers. You're going to be able to see the bank accounts if we send them all the reports. We have some we use Basecamp where we can give them access. They can log in and see all the bank statements, everything. So we just big on full transparency. Now I tell people, you can't give me enough money to want to steal from you.
Yeah.
So it's still vendors. We may owe a couple $100 to or something like that. But I tell the people, look at what we trying to build. And if you ever had concern, guess what? They can come address it at our community meetings. We wouldn't be tripping because we ain't never trying to hide or duck nobody. If you're mad about your couple $100, like, come tell us. We understand, and we ain't never holding on to no money and not trying to pay people. I tell people all the time, it ain't never going to be perfect. But at the same time, we got to offer that transparency in what we doing. Let people know it ain't going to be perfect.
Yeah.
So I think when you started off like, hey, shit ain't going to be perfect. You start letting people know, like, hey, we ain't about to make $1 million in 6 months and you going to have your money back and back.
It's a long game.
Exactly.
Long
Think about it.
game.
People gave their money back. People gave us money back in 2019, 2020. And we really, how we wrote the contracts, we didn't start paying back a dime until after we've been in business for a whole year. That's how we wrote the contract. So I didn't want to be paying out as soon as we come to business. We got bills. But a lot of people do, like Rare and all these people, James Harden, stuff wouldn't even open for a year. You put how many millions in and you want your money back that quick? That's not how business goes. It ain't. So I ain't saying he was full transparency in what he was doing in endeavors. I can't speak on that because I don't know him. But I know, I don't care what type of restaurant you got, you ain't getting your money back in 4-5 months.
No. Not a restaurant. Not at all.
That just ain't happening.
You giving away so much shit the first year that oh, sorry, we fucked up.
Exactly. So
can have that.
I just tell people I always grant that reference because you just never really know what's going on in business, and business is complicated.
Yeah.
100%.
Indeed, bro. Tony D, what you want to leave the people with today, man?
If you ain't heard nothing, just understand it's more than one way to skin a cat when it comes to the progression of our people and uplifting our communities. If you didn't catch nothing else today, just know that. Got several different avenues. Give your time, talent, and treasure to your community or wherever it may be. Hey, and uplift your people, man.
I'm talent and treasure.
Listen, Tony just ended it. I don't have nothing to leave the people with. Thank you for this, because this has been eye opening for me for sure. Because you just, like I said, Tony been preaching this shit. Vote locally, vote locally, vote locally. To have that shit in front of me and to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you've been transparent this whole time. To be able to, like, tap into that, it changes the game 100%. So yeah, now I get you, Tony D.
Lord, what you want to leave people with, man?
I mean, all I want to leave the people with, for one, go to the Black Store.
Yeah.
8616 color. You can Google us. You Google the Black Store. We the only people gonna pop up.
Yeah.
That'll be SEO myself. But just get involved. Whether that be, I'm not asking everybody to come be involved in what we doing, but you got to be involved and engaged where you at. Whether that be your community, your neighborhood. And that's what brings the power in what we trying to do. Because I guarantee you, once you start being engaged in the community, you're going to see more money opportunities, more. When I drive through different districts and stuff now, I don't see despair. I see opportunity. I see open land, broken down building. I see opportunity. So, I think that's how we have to start looking at our neighborhood. So I implore everybody, just get involved. You ever want to get involved with us, and just, even if you come to one meeting and get a overview of what we do, just to see how it is to implement where you at. Every second Monday, you ain't got to think about it. We do rain, sleet, or snow every second Monday from 7 to 8. And we just tell people, just come get a glimpse of what we doing. And then guess what? You can take that, go further, because I don't feel like I know it all. And I don't feel like you need to be just doing it with us. So go do it in your own stuff, and guess what? We'll support it. So we just want people to get involved, wherever that might be, wherever your talent may be. Do that.
Where's your community meeting? Sorry, I don't know if I missed that or not.
Every second Monday.
No, where? Sorry, where?
Oh, at the store.
At the Black Store. Okay, at the Black
Ever
Store.
since we had our location, look, you can find us. Good sales days.
Yeah. Okay, heard that.
So come through.
Yeah, Google the address, and they also on IG.
For sure. And if you're looking for the community meeting stuff, the group is called Creative Group Economics.
Yes.
So it's an unofficial nonprofit. All our groups and stuff got their papers, and it's right.
Yeah.
You gotta work.
Come testing me.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Look, when you doing what we doing, you gotta be right.
Yeah.
They find any chink in the chain to take you down, man. I ain't gonna give you no ammo.
No.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I eat turkey leg hood.
I will take this opportunity to thank you for coming on, man. You this was a very informative episode, and it has given me in particular a lot of things to think about, things that we're going to discuss later on. But yeah, I just want to give you your flowers on this one, man. You did your thing, man. This concludes another episode of the Millennial Mayhem podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow the IG page and the TikTok page, and that's Millennial Mayhem HOU, and the HOU stands for H time, baby.
Stay down.
All right, we'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace.
I ain't got time for the book. Okay, all my niggas riding gas tank on full. We be fresh than a bitch. Yeah, your bitch might get bulled. If you see us in the streets, no talking, let's go. No time for hating. I ain't got time for the bull. I ain't got time